Hey guys, welcome. Um, welcome aboard if you are brand new. Welcome back if you're not, and welcome home if that sits perfectly for you. Today we are gonna talk about what's up this week, being the March 31st through the 6th of April, 2025. Here's the thing: there's a lot going on, a lot, and this week is kind of a nice um, break in the action, uh, not necessarily a stoppage, right? Because even though we have time to rest and restore, there's still stuff to do, right? There's still stuff to do. So let's talk about what. On Monday, the 31st, here's the deal. We have no major aspects. So it is a nice day for recovery. It's a nice day for processing and integrating. The thing is, remember that the energy around you is still crackling, right? As we witness ourselves amid some seriously hefty shifts. They're honestly the deepest and wildest shifts that most of us are going to experience in our lifetimes. Um, so make sure that you're keeping up the self care, please, and be present, right? Above all, just be present. And remind yourself to lead with compassion, okay? Um, both when it comes to yourself and to others, to everyone around you. Um, it's important, right? On Tuesday, the 1st of April, that Taurus moon, ooh, it's very exciting. I see it, yes, okay. Um, yeah. Okay, so Tuesday, Taurus moon, sextiling Mars in Cancer, sextiling Saturn, conjuncting Uranus, sextiling retrograding Neptune. Oh, wow. Neptune. Wow. Let's try again. Sextiling retrograding Venus and Mercury, both in Pisces. In the afternoon, the moon moves into Gemini, and that Gemini moon is going to sextile Neptune. Thank you. And trine Pluto. So on Tuesday, kind of take it in, right? We're coming off that Monday of sort of, kind of, it's what you make it. So on Tuesday, the what you do is going to matter. So focus on the concept of, oh, thank you, of being in the change you want to see, right? So this is both in the world at large and within yourself. It is a great day on Tuesday to experience the satisfaction of leading by example, okay? Um, and remember, keep reminding yourself anything is possible. Anything is possible. On Wednesday the 2nd, that Gemini moon is going to sextile the Aries sun and conjunct Jupiter. Uh, your feelings are going to set the stage on Wednesday, right? The next 24 to 48 hours, so Wednesday, Thursday, sort of kind of into Friday, are really going to be wholly self directed. You'll definitely be seeing and experiencing. There we go. The world as your mirror. So make sure, please, that you are focusing on how you want to be reflected back to yourself. The power of amplification is big and it's very available. So focus wisely and keep your highest and best in your sights. Okay. Thursday, the 3rd, that Gemini moon is going to sextile Chiron. And then the moon makes a whole bunch of squares, okay? So the Gemini moon is going to square Saturn, and then it will square the retrograding Pisces pair of Venus and Mercury. Don't know why that's so hard for me to say today. Then the moon moves into Cancer in the evening, and that Cancer moon is going to square Neptune, right? So on Thursdays, your tendencies to be self critical and a little bit overthinking might derail you. The challenge is, as always, to do you to the best of your abilities and not to worry about what anybody else is doing. Um, Oh, look at that. Okay. The catch is that you are going to encounter some unhealed others, right? And they might splatter their projecting all over you. The key is to keep in that stage of doing you, doing you, doing you to the best of your abilities, right? Keep breathing and keep doing you. On Friday, the 4th of April, listen, please pay attention. This is look at that, a jam-packed day. Um, on Friday, the Cancer moon will quincunx Pluto 6 minutes into the day. And then Saturn in Pisces will sextile Uranus in Taurus. Pay attention. Mars in Cancer will sextile Uranus, and Mars will trine Saturn. You hear that? Saturn, Uranus, Mars. Nice, happy. Uh-huh. And then the Cancer moon will square the sun late in the evening. Now, here's the deal. Saturn and Uranus, the sextile goes exact today, the 4th of April, 4-4, right? They're going to hold space together in that sextile for most of the rest of 2025, more or less. Given the nature of their retrograde cycles, they literally hold this energy for the rest of the year. Since both of these big energies are going to change signs, they'll do this little cha-cha-cha, right? They move forward together, and then they kind of back up, and then they back up, and they back up, and they move forward. So it is, it's interesting. And throughout the year, they use all of the elements, right? Uranus starts in Pisces and moves into Gemini. Saturn starts in Pisces and moves into Aries. Uranus starts in Taurus and moves into Cancer. So it is, oh my God, Uranus moves into Gemini. What am I saying? I don't even know what I just said right there. Sorry, I have a serious sinus thing going on. My brain is a little foggy. And, right, let's be real. We just had Neptune move into Aries. Nobody's thinking quite well. And Mercury's retrograde. And I don't know about you guys, but this Mercury retrograde has really been rough for me. I have had so many exciting computer issues, and that is a giant aside that nobody cares about, but it's been real. So there you go. Listen, Saturn starts in Pisces and moves into Aries. Uranus starts in Taurus and moves to Cancer. Is that correct? Gemini. Uranus moves into Gemini. Why can't I say it right? Okay, whatever. I'm gonna let it go. They change sign and they cha-cha pretty hard. Here's the deal. This is what I want to say about Saturn and Uranus. Pay attention to the way that you create your own rules, right? The inclusion of Mars and that Martian energy here is really going to create an optimal chance for you to sink into new habits, new modes of action, new, let's call it new self structures, right? The energy absolutely has your back. And so create, right? Create with your intention and then your action. And absolutely, that's right. Commit, 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 commit. If you show up, so will the universe every single day. And regardless of whether I can say Gemini, it is true. So anyway, that's a big deal on Friday. On Saturday, the 5th, that Cancer moon is going to square Chiron, sextile Uranus, trine Saturn, conjunct Mars, trine the retrograding pairs of Venus and Mercury, and then the moon moves into Leo before the day turns. On Saturday, please keep this in mind. You are your only limit. Now, the deal is today and every day. That is true, right? However, Saturday, there is so much potential in both your inner and outer fields. Take deliberate action to really jettison your old narratives. That's really all that's keeping you from your heart's desire. And the way that you're healing and the way that you're willing to lean into that truth really has a lot to do with the experience you're having. On Sunday, the 6th of April, the Leo moon trines Neptune. The Aries sun will sextile Jupiter. The moon opposes Pluto, and then retrograding Venus trines Mars. It was so hard to say before. I don't know. Here's the deal. This is an abracadabra day, right? And I love that. With the moon sextiling Jupiter, there are endless possibilities, right? Infinite self-creation is available to you. So seize the day both for and as yourself, right? The moon trining Neptune and opposing Pluto, those deep, deep layers are being exposed to the light, right? All the stuff that's been buried or avoided just because you were too, whatever, right? Too scared, too um, uninterested, too busy doing something else, right? Whatever you were too, blah, blah, blah. It's now front and center. And the fact of the matter is, it is nowhere near as scary as you thought it was going to be. So your willingness to see it now, in that clarity of light, is the way to begin the process of claiming, of healing, of integrating, right? So it's all possible now, and it's going to be so much easier and so much more effortless than you thought, right? I know there's a lot of concern as Neptune moves into Aries, but this is about drying off your wings, right? It's about drying off your wings. And so I think there's a lot of potency here if you're willing to give yourself the grace you need in order to allow those wings to kind of get ready to fly. Right? Okay, let's talk. On Monday, you have a double Six of Cups. Now, Six of Cups is about nostalgia. It is about innocence, and it's about unconditional love. We talked about this as that day to kind of lean into yourself, to work on recovery and processing and integration of some of these huge energies while paying attention to the fact that all around you there is energy, right? You get to sit in the moment and really be witnessing those energy patterns around you, but also claiming yourself as safe because you are, right? Because you are. Um, we talked about leading with compassion, right? Whether that's you or another, lead with compassion, right? Internal, external, right? As above, so below. So if you can hang on to that and keep reminding yourself of it as often as possible. I know I say that, but I mean it. So pay attention, right? On Tuesday, you have the Seven of Swords and Justice. Now, I love this because the Seven of Swords in my world is most often about, right? Seven of Swords is a card of betrayal, of kind of like plotting, right? And in my experience, most often this is a self betrayal or kind of plotting against yourself. So we have justice here to remind us that you are directing that, right? We talked about this as how what you do is going to matter, right? Being the change that you want to see, getting out of your own way and not allowing yourself um, to cover up your eye or to create something in a story that doesn't matter. Remember, the moon moves into Gemini. So we know that Gemini is about fighting your own imagination, right? Gemini tells a story and gets locked into it, regardless of what the truth actually is. Gemini believes its own story every single time. You're being asked today, however, to really, really lean in and witness how if you're telling yourself a story that's not quite true, you're going to witness it somewhere else, or vice versa. If you're witnessing something that's not quite true, ask yourself where you're holding that space within yourself, right? Lead by example every single time, every single time. On Wednesday, we have the King of Cups and the Five of Wands. Okay, This is a day we talked about your feelings are going to set the stage, right? For that next 24 to 48 hours, making sure that you're focusing on how you want the world to be reflected back to you. The Five of Wands is a card of posturing, right? Everybody's mad. Everybody's got something, an axe to grind somewhere, but nobody's really doing anything about it. It's just ideological. It's just kind of a big show, right? So, where are you seeing that big show, right? Your power of amplification, again, is huge. So, where are you feeling it? Where are you feeling it? And what are you doing about it? What are you holding in your way? Focusing wisely because you know that what you focus on, you're amplifying, right? So, focus on your highest and best. Focus on your heart and watch all of these wands kind of dissolve into nothing. Oh, look. We talked about Thursday as a challenging day because of all of these lunar squares. We have the Tower and Death. Now, here's the thing. We talked about being self critical. We talked about how those things can derail you, right? Or you can transform that tendency and really witness what it is that you're doing, right? Remember, death asks you to be in your own transformation. Do you pay attention to you instead of what is happening around you? Remember, the tower is about an idea that upends the status quo. So reminding yourself that you do you to the best of your abilities, and then you don't have to worry about what's happening around you because you're concerned with your own progress. You're concerned with your own transformation and where it is that you're going, right? And the only person that you have to mind is yourself. That's the only person you're going to have to answer for. That's the only person whose karma you can even engage with. um, so allow everything that's not you to fall away, right? Just keep doing you. No matter what you confront, no matter what confronts you, just keep doing you. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Breathe through it. On Friday, listen here. We have the Hierophant and the Four of Pentacles, Saturn and Uranus. Saturn and Uranus, guys. What better odd pairing, right? The Hierophant and the Four of Pentacles. Both are about tradition. Both are about what you're holding on to. Both are about the way that you feel the need to condense and root yourself because you're afraid of something outside you. Now, I want you to pay attention to the way that this lightning theme rolls through both of these cards, okay? So, if the Tower is about new ideas coming in, so is the Hierophant. There is a new idea coming into your routine, into your status quo, into the way that you have been told things ought to be, supposed to be. This is how we do things. This is what the structure has to be. This is the only way it can work. All of those things, right? As Saturn sextiles Uranus, you're going to be asked to really witness what you're holding on to and the way that something can come in here, right? As Uranus moves into Gemini, look, I can say it now. As Uranus moves into Gemini, those aha moments, those new ideas, those lightning flashes are going to be hot and heavy. Every single thing that you believe you're holding on to, whether it's ideological, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, I don't care, it's all going to be called into question. So that Saturn structure, rigid and squared off, right, is absolutely going to be everything is going to have to be questioned. Every single thing you believe, every single thing you think, everything single habit you have, everything you've been conditioned to believe, you're going to have to ask yourself, does this align for me? And if it lightning strikes and it explodes, you're going to have to let it go. You see that? You're going to have to let it go because it will not hold. You have a whole year to figure this out. Now remember, Saturn sextiling Gemini. Now, when Saturn and Neptune start to conjunct, every single thing that you believe is going to be held up here. All of the illusions are going to have to be dissolved. So start now. Why wait, right? Why wait? Um, create your own rules. Again, create your own rules. We're not holding on to anybody else's rules. They have to align with you. They have to align with you. Um, again, this is a beautiful time to make decisions, to create habits, and let the universe support you, right? Absolutely. On Saturday, you have the Four of Wands and the Hanged Man. This goes right with our new perspectives, shift of perception, right? Um, we talked about this as the day where we witness ourselves as the only limit today and every day, right? You are. And sometimes you have to change your perspective in order to witness what is available to you. And that is absolutely okay. Remember, get rid of any narrative that's not in alignment with what you know to be your highest and best. Um, tell the story fresh every single time. Tell the story fresh every single time. Why not? Why not? You have the power, infinite story. On Sunday, you have the King of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. Lovely. This is about embodying your ideas, right? Embodying your collected data and really being available to put down roots in your experience. We talked about abracadabra, right? The sun sextiling Jupiter with endless possibility, right? These are lovely cards for that. Talking about the deepest layers of the nonsense, right? The stuff that's been buried coming up, right? Coming up, Queen of Pentacles. She's digging it up. She's happy. She's abundant. She's safe, grabbing those things from down underneath. And the King of Swords, he is happy to use his big sword to clear what doesn't belong, right? So it's absolutely okay to get rid of the things you've been avoiding. And guess what? You're going to find that it's so much easier, right? Those wings are going to start to dry off, and it's time. Preloading. Dudes, look, everything in life is preloaded, right? We're preloading now. The what comes next. You leave yourself Easter eggs and messages and gifts and presents and breadcrumbs all along the way. Are you paying attention to them? I hope so. And how are you leaving them for your future self, right? How are you leaving them for all those alternate selves and all those alternate timelines? Guess what? You are. You absolutely are. It's so beautiful. All right. We have number 27, the Enchanter. Magnetize, open, reveal, manifest. Absolutely. Look, if this isn't Neptune in Aries energy, I don't know what is, y'all. Okay, let's talk here. Your authenticity is a vibrational match to miracles. Heck yeah, it is. Call in magical opportunities with your captivating magnetism and spontaneous spirit. Absolutely. Miracles are manifesting for you. It all started when you envisioned your dreams coming to life. Excitement ignites your passionate desire. Unwavering belief stokes your sacred flame. You have the boundless capacity to craft magic and create wonder in your life. Align your actions to your goals. Magic in motion requires absolute trust. See it, feel it, and know it. Accelerate the process by embodying the person who has already manifested all your desires. In other words, act and behave like your dream has already arrived. Manifest your dreams by creating a wish list or a vision board. Ensure the words and images evoke the feeling of already living in your vision and immerse yourself in those thrilling sensations. Allowing is the ultimate expression of belief in magic. Did you hear that? Allowing is the ultimate expression of belief in magic. Release control, detach from the outcome, and surrender expectation. Tune into the high vibration of desire. Create the frequency of your dream by lifting your energy to match your vision. Wow. When you consciously raise your vibration on a consistent basis, something magical happens. Your spiritual path lines up in front of you, insights become clear, and life starts to fall in place for the highest good of all. Did we talk about that or what? um, Manifestation becomes second nature. When you master your energetic frequency, you are ready. Take the quantum leap into the field of infinite possibilities and bring your wildest dreams to life. Listen, we said this. Always trust your intuition and ignore limitations of the mind. Honor your shadow, acknowledge your feelings, and feel the fear. Give yourself space to gently unpack it and reframe it with compassion, self belief, and optimism. You don't have time to waste thinking about anything that is opposite to what you truly want. Joy is the ultimate magnet for abundance. Really? Enjoy the unfurling of your dreams. In this elated energy, obstacles may simply fall away or feel less catastrophic. Yes, yes, yes. Choose wisely. Positive, congruent energy attracts while negativity repels. Vibe high, magical one. hmm Look, we talked about all that. Here's the deal. This is the part of transition where you have to start believing in the process more than you believe in the grit, right? Friction happens, and it is a catalyst for the places that we're going. It, in fact, is the fuel for where we're going. So trust your preloading. Trust that you have already created what it is that you need. And as you allow what's around you to affect you less and what's inside you to affect you more, um, you will witness the ease, the effortlessness with which you magnetize to you those things that your heart desires, right? I'm not a big uh, woohoo manifester, um, but this amplification is energetically sound. And so put out what you want, right? Lose your focus on the what you don't want. Put out what you do want. Hold that vibration all the time because you're magnetizing it to yourself, right? No matter what. Um, Guys, trust your wings. Trust them. Anyway, be super blessed. What comes up next week is that Mercury goes direct. We have a full moon on the 12th. Venus goes direct. It's about to get even crazier up in here. So, yeah, root yourself now. Do the work now. Work on processing and integrating so that you are ready as things move forward, right? You're preloading every day. So, preload wisely. Be blessed. Take care. See you next time.